Good morning, everybody. It's Tanny, the Canadian Stamper. It is Saturday, January 15th, and it's super dreary outside. Super foggy, not cool outside, so it's a great day to craft. And I'm super excited about today's, like I'm always excited to craft on Saturdays, but I really liked the 3 styles of cards that I did with the Mountain Air bundle. I don't know if you remember that from a couple of weekends ago. So that's been on my mind. And I've also been wanting to use this stamp set for a long time with these words down here. Morning, Kate. And so I've got 3, I got up early. I've been up since 7. I'm working on my 2nd cup of coffee. I've had my AirPods in, jamming to dance music. I'm super fired up for a Saturday, it's so early. So I've been designing these 3 cards that were in my head, and I think you're really gonna like them. I'm pumped. We're doing all the things, like layers, punches, dies, 2 types of embossing. It's gonna be fun. So let's get to it, and good morning. So, I will, oops, sorry, just get this organized. This was not part of my get set up for the last 2 hours. Okay, so as I'm bringing up your comments, Celebration, spend $60 or $120 in either of the current catalogs and you get to choose either a free stamp set or paper. That's currently the deal. Oh, there's everybody. Hi, Nancy, Lori, Kate. So these are the current catalogs. I was going through this one last night. Look what happened. This thing came apart. It's a sign of good wear and love to my catalog. So I'm just going to show you where the 2 stamp sets are. Am I using 2 stamp sets? I don't know. So this is the first one, annual catalog. So 7 cling stamps. This is the one here. So that's that one. And then out of the annual catalog, I think I had, oh yes, let's do this one after. Let me show you this first. So this Heart and Home Suite, I'm using this designer series paper. I love these colors. So specifically, here's my ink pads for today. Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, Misty Moonlight, and Basic Gray. I'm a super fan of this Misty Moonlight. It's a fave. So these are the colors that match the papers in here. So now let me go back to this little tag. So here's the inspiration for today's class, I guess, or demonstration. So see how there's the 3 different levels. What am I in? I'm on page 51. So stay simple or step it up. So what this means is that, I think we've talked about it before, is that there's roughly, you could say 3 kind of stages of crafting, where you have your basic, then you have your casual, and then you have your avid. This is where all the things happen. It's a lot to be an avid crafter. It's a commitment, and it's amazing. Casual and beginner crafters are also amazing because everything's new and you're getting to a sense of what's your style and what are your preferences and what are the things that you like to make and create. And it's awesome to see people doing all 3 levels. So today we're doing all 3 levels. So let me set these aside. Now the question for today while I'm working is, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a beginner, casual, or avid stamper? That's what I'm interested to know. Okay, so I'm gonna mount this stamp set. I have some willow hair on my stamps somehow. So I'm gonna put this in my Stamparatus. So you guys loved the Stamparatus, by the way. I think 3 of you bought Stamparatuses this past week. So I thought, well, why not support and demonstrate how to continue using the Stamparatus, because it is amazing. Whoops, I'm a bit ahead of myself here. So let's talk about our materials. So this is Beginner Stamper. And I've got a base of basic white, and it's just a standard A2, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of fresh freesia. I don't know the size of it, but when I upload it to YouTube and all that jazz, I will have the measurements if you want to recreate. So we're going to put that like that, and then this is going to be our sentiment strip. Kate, you're a beginner? Yes. I was a beginner for probably, oh, at least a year, maybe 2. I'm going to do this. So that's not right. I'm just placing my stamp kind of where I want it to be, and I kind of want it a bit on an angle. So I'm going to close the door. Now the ink I'm going to use is fresh freesia, the same. I love purple. I mean, I know I was loving on Misty Moonlight, but purple, all shades and hues, are a favorite of mine as well. You can't even see this really going down. Here's hoping it's all inked up properly. Looks okay. I've never used this stamp set before. Sorry if that's a bit shaky. Oh my God, I love it. Nice. What do you think? You love it? It's so soft and pretty. I feel like I want more on there actually. Just think. We're stamping on the back. You know what the real struggle for me today is with this card? Is keeping it beginner. That's my struggle. I'm gonna go, I love stamping a little bit off the page, so I'm just kind of seeing, actually, and we're doing second generation stamping. So you'll notice I did not re-ink my stamp. So this is second generation. Yes. Love it. Yep. And see how it's going to get my background, and I might trim this a bit actually. So let's do that again because I'm digging it. So these magnets, be very careful with those because they can get quite serious. Like if you have them together, it can get crazy how strong they are as magnets. So I need to stamp off on this. So I'm just getting a piece of scrap because I only want second generation stamping on the back, like underneath I should say. I didn't put my magnet down to hold my paper. And there's second generation. Love it. Okay, so here's my cleaner rag. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna go get some more baby wipes from Costco for my crafting or whatever, and I thought, no, you should just use the tool that you have because it's more friendly for the environment. I think I might trim this down. No, I'm gonna leave it. All right, so let's move this out of the way. And we're gonna put some, I'm gonna close this first. Kyle, you're a beginner too. It's good. Love the beginners. So I'm gonna wrap, this is just, what's the name of this? Linen thread, natural thread, you know, something. Oh, I need my tape. Sorry, 1 second. I didn't bring over any adhesive. Oh, this is old school Stampin' Up too. Still going through my old school tape runner. All right, so this is the trick. We're putting a bit of glue on the back, and then I'm doing this, and I'm kind of I might do, yeah, 3. So then I'm sticking it here and a little snip. See how this is coming together? Love it. Sorry, I need my glue too. This glue. Now let's stamp our sentiment. So this stamp set has a really long one. And so the sentiments in here is have a beautiful day and always thinking of you. Oh, and thank you. Geez, I missed that one down there. All right, so because it's this sentiment, I'm lining up here on my grid mat. So you can buy this grid mat paper off the Stampin' Up website. I'm happy to send you a few sheets too, if you wish, or if you want to pick some up when you come by one time. Some crafters do is they will laminate this sheet. I think it's probably 11 by 17, and they just reuse it over and over again. So that's a tip. So I'm lining up the strip here. I hope this is wide enough. Let's see. So I'm using fresh freesia. Yeah, that's pretty. I might just try one more time because I want the Y and the G, Y's and the G. Pam, have you used this stamp set? Do you have it? She's saying she has it. She loves it. Let's try. Oh yeah, that's better. Just a smidge higher. So then I'm gonna come out just a little bit because I'm gonna show you a trick on how to flag. So later on we're gonna use, Stampin' Up! Now has a couple of these punches. We're gonna use it in the next card where it flags for you. And you can do 3 different sizes, or widths I should say. So this is one width, then this step up is one, and then this top one is one. And so this one does a flag and this one does a reverse flag. But here's how you can just old school flag. So get your piece of paper and your snips, and you're gonna cut in however long you want your tails to be, if that makes sense. And then you're gonna come from the point and you're just gonna snip. Old school flagging. Actually, I want that to be closer to the A. So we're gonna do it again. Oop, that was a bit too close to the A, but that's okay. There. So pretty, the fresh freesia. Here's our card. So I'm gonna put this one on an angle. I'm just gonna glue it right down. This is probably clogged. It's always clogged. Ooh, where's my garbage? Hey, did any of you from last week go to my YouTube channel to make this little box, or little garbage, I should say? Sorry, one sec. I have my other pokey tool. I was over by my embossing machine. I was hard at work yesterday after work making kits for the upcoming birthday blitz class. It's almost full. It's a lot of projects. It's gonna be amazing. Seriously, come on. What's happening here? Okay, I'm going full. There we go. There we go. So the birthday blitz class is going to be fun because you can let your creativity shine because you're going to get 2 of each project kit. So you can flip designer series paper, you can add different pieces. I'm just making up all the kits and it's, yeah, I get excited about it. Geeking out. So I'm gonna show you the projects for that class at the end. And you can see if you want to register. I'm gonna do 3 of these. Cutoff is the 18th. because if you need the stamp set, we need to get that ordered. You can come if you want to just have the project kits. That's cool too. Beautiful. And because we can, we're gonna add just a couple of these. I think maybe, so these are elegant faceted gems. So these ones are clear, bit like a rose gold, and then like a opal, like a pearl kind of opal. Good, Lori, I'm glad you have one of these garbages. And laminating. Sorry guys, I'm not really keeping up with your comments here. So it says, they say to do these in threes. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. So this is card number 1. I'm happy with this. Card number 1. Simple stamping, beginner. Let's do card numero 2. Yes, Kate, for sure. You are welcome to have one of my pieces of grid paper. Lori, I might just come back to your comments, the longer ones afterwards. Oh, good, Pam, you did the box too. Good, or the garbage. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about the supplies I'm using here for this one. So you'll see each of these layers, or sorry, each of these cards as we go will have similar themes to them. So this one, same basic white A2 card base. This is part of the Heart and Home Designer Series paper. I'm going for the wood look. And then this is the same piece of fresh freesia that we had for this card. And then we've got a piece of the Heart and Home Designer Series paper and then a scrap because we're gonna stamp our sentiment. So let's do the sentiment first and work on the punch. So, because I love matchy-matchy, let's talk about it. So Pale Papaya, which is an in color. Actually, look at that, guys. These are all in colors. You can tell by these to know which ones are. So these swap out every 2 years. So if you're a beginner, know that depending on where we are and which one you like, they'll go, geez, what am I trying to say? They'll become unavailable at one point because Stampin' Up! Rotates them out. So this is a fun punch. It does a scalloped oval and then a layering oval. So I'm not sure which. So a punch, you store them, you're gonna squeeze it and push this up and then it stores it like this. And then just squeeze a touch and push this down and it pops it open. And then if you probably saw me, you just slide the paper that you want to punch in here and then you squeeze down. So fun fact, watch your hand piece in there. You'll only do that once in a while because it hurts a lot. Ask me how I know. And then I think I will layer with just the, trying to see if I can get the, where's my Post-it notes? Usually I have a little Post-it note. I don't need this one, but I don't want to waste the paper, so I'm just gonna punch both, and then I just have it extra. That's what I'm doing there. So I think this is called an oval punch, double oval punch maybe. Okay, so Pale Papaya. And I'm going to switch out my sentiment for, I was gonna do Have a Beautiful Day because I think that is pretty. Okay, so this block is way bigger than I need, but I'm going for it. So I'm using my Pale Papaya. So Pale Papaya here in this flower, my paper and my ink. Don't be afraid to practice. And if you have the photopolymer, which are the clear ones, if they're brand new, sometimes they don't stamp super awesome. So just kind of scuff them up a bit. like rub them, sorry, scuff up is not, don't be too, you know, hard on them, of course, but if you scuff it up a bit, then they will stamp better. It'll pick up the ink better. And then what's gonna happen is that this layers over this. So we're gonna use a couple of dimensionals. We're working on a casual crafter. So a casual crafter, paper, stamp, ink, but then you're adding in some color coordination, you're adding in some layers, punches, you're getting a little more comfortable with your stamping style, if you will, what you like and what you don't like. I say what I'm good at and what I'm not super good at sometimes. So what else can I tell you about? I'm hoping that my boys just let me craft today. Ha ha ha. Yeah, right. Zachary has a PlayStation and he has like a subscription, so he gets free games every month or something. I think it's maybe about $100 a year. And so the question was, Zachary, do you want to pay mom and dad back for the subscription, or do you want to work it off, you know, by doing chores around the house? So he decided he wants to work it off. So I think that's what they're going to do today, is some of that chores and whatnot. Hopefully I can get out of it. It's the game plan. Come up with something really important that I have to do. Okay, so I'm going back to my fresh freesia. My Stamparatus is already set up and ready to rock and roll with my stamp. So this time, instead of going right in the middle, I'm gonna go off to the side, and then I'm gonna do the other side, or sorry, like the bottom portion. What I'd really like to do is take a piece of paper like this and like antique it, or make it so that it's got a bit of a worn look to it. So these doors moving make it very helpful. I don't want to go too much on an angle. And I'm okay to go over a little bit because I've got another layer that's partially going to cover this piece. So what's everybody else doing today? Working on projects, going out. I bet you it would be a really nice walk this morning. That's my guess. I went for a walk after work yesterday too, and it was beautiful. It was a bit crisp, but it was nice. And then I listened to a podcast while I'm working, or walking. Oh, I don't know why I took that off. I'm not done with you. I want this one out. So you could actually, on the next one, we're going to use 2 stamps, so I'll use the other side of the door and show you how that's going to go. All right, so where are we at? We've got this one, like so, and then we're going to take this piece of designer series paper, it's the back side of this, and we're just going to layer it like so. I don't like this. Going back to the Stamparatus. Stand by. Team meeting today, asked to show take. Oh, good. What technique are you going to do, Nancy? I'm going to go right into the corner. So the nice part about the Stamparatus is that if I don't get this right, you just open the door, ink it up, and stamp again. And that's it. I'm happier with this. Now, I need to wipe my... This This thing is so handy. Oh, wait, my stamp too. So I stuck with first generation stamping on this one. And I'm gonna use some dimensionals to start popping this stuff up. Yeah, see, I'm happier with that. A little peeking out there. So this one's gonna get glued down. And then, so I'm gonna tuck it right kind of up and into the corner as I can without going over. I feel like there's a game show. Oh, Price is Right. That's what that reminded me of. And then I'm gonna pop this piece up. So I like the look of popping card pieces, pardon me, I should say, but I'm just mindful that, so I'm popping this piece up, I have my sentiment, it's popped up, and so I don't know that there's, you know, specifics on how many layers you want to put on there, but it's just something to think about on how high you want things to be. Oh shoot, I forgot to put my ribbon on. Let's see if I can pull this up. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. Thank you for not wrecking my project. Whew. Okay, let's close this. Oh, I froze. It might be that Zach is up and maybe somebody else is using the internet. Where's my ribbon? Here we go. Actually, stand by a tick. Let's just have a look at options. I'm going here. I might do this one actually. And then with this piece over it. See where I'm going with that? Then, since we're in the land of matching, this is Pale Papaya ribbon. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, so many options. This one, oh my gosh, I might do both. Hang on. If I have this, and then I do this, I kind of like the difference in the wispies there. And then this. I'm doing it. I didn't have to rescue my card after all. Let's see if I can get it back where I had it. Now I'm fully committed. This thing is, what's happening here? Oh, that's the, whatchamacallit, the tape runner I put under here is, there we go. Okay, so let's, yeah, I'm digging this. Let's go, should I go straight edge? I'm doing a straight edge. Probably gonna have to step away to get my glue dots. I feel like glue dots are in my future. So there's a Super Saturday event for demonstrators. I think they started rolling at 9 o'clock. So that's a Facebook group where they do a bunch of presentations similar to this actually, where they're showing you how to make something. Sorry guys, I gotta grab my glue dots. So in the Birthday Blitz class, we are using this Heart and Home paper. Actually, I think, I was counting, I think there's about 15 new products that we're using in the class. So you get a good sampling. So I'm just exposing a glue dot. I'm, pushing down to grab the glue dot. feel like, okay. I thought maybe the glue was coming through the ribbon. That's okay. It's good now. I love it. I love it. So I'm putting wet glue here, but it's going down on kind of a textured surface. So I'm gonna do this, and then I need something heavy to go on here, usually a block. So I'm gonna do this and set it aside, and then we're gonna come back to it, just because I really want that sentiment to adhere. Okay, so there we go. Basic, casual. You know what's next, don't you? The big reveal of the Avid Crafter. It's a whole lot of pieces, y'all. So this is a Misty Moonlight card base, still A2 size. So this, because it's a darker cardstock, I'm putting in this white piece. So funny story, at Christmas time, so of course I did Christmas cards, and some of them are on some darker colored card bases, like cherry cobbler, sometimes black, and so there was a darker color that I did one on, but I had these like glitter pens, not glitter, like gold or silver pens. And of course I was working on these things kind of, it was dark in my house, it's not super bright. Anyways, I did a card and I wrote in the middle of it, but you couldn't tell what was on the inside because so anyways, our friend messaged Lance and said, I got this beautiful card, I don't know what it says. That was funny. All right, we're going to heat emboss with our stamp set. I think that's good. Sorry, one sec. We're just gonna put on, because I will forget, we're gonna add some of these to this one. So that was pretty funny. I think Lance made up what it was and replied to him, but it was pretty funny. So I need to be a little more careful with how I'm organizing my insides of my cards, I guess. Might do another big one. How about up here? Wink Estella actually might need to make an appearance for this one. All right, folks, it's Avid card time. Are you excited? I'm pumped. Super pumped. Okay, so I have cleaned off my stamp. I have my Misty Moonlight card base. I'm just gonna fold it open. And my camera, yep. I'm going to stamp a few times. One here. And we're gonna emboss. So let me just get my embossing gear. Thanks, Nancy. So really the question is, what color are we embossing? So to emboss, we need Versamark, which is, it's like a clear ink. There's black and gold, silver. I'm not doing clear. I'm gonna actually do gold. I'm trying to think of what will go with our paper. Where's our little piece? I feel like gold might be the way to go. I think black, you're out. I'm going gold. We're just gonna see how it goes. So now this is a little powder tool that gets rid of any static. Don't look for it in the catalog because Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it. I'm not really sure why, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's okay. You can get it. Oh, I hear the boys. So here's Versamark. Now, you're not gonna see, well, you will see, I will see it. I don't know if you guys will see it. So there's one. Now, you wanna kind of move quickly, or not slowly, in that, where am I going here? I wanna go here. The Versamark will dry. It'll take a minute though. We'll do 2, and then we will emboss and see how we make out. So let's emboss. So I've got a little piece of paper here to catch my drips. Here's the powder. And you're just gonna shake the powder on your project. And then I tap it just to sort of get all the granules to hit where the Versamark is. See that? You're gonna have a little tap tap. Don't go like super hard because you don't want to get rid of all of the powder. And now I'm just kind of inspecting for some pieces where there's embossing powder where I don't want it to be. So it seems like, well, like that seems pretty persnickety, but when you go to heat tool this, you get little flecks where maybe you don't want to have flecks. So I'm gonna put all this back. I feel like I do want to do a little bit more embossing, like maybe in the corner, but let me show you how to do this. So now you need to have a heat tool. So the heat tool, where's the heat tool? Looks like this. I can't pull it out anymore because it's plugged into the wall. So then you're gonna turn it on. I heat up the bottom side of my paper. I don't think you need to, but I don't know why. Maybe that's just how I learned. And I'll try and get this in camera so you can see the magic. So this heat tool is melting the powder that you just put on. Oh my God, I love it. On this Misty Moonlight with the gold. Hello. Hello, I love you. I think heat embossing is probably my favorite technique. I'm gonna turn it just so it's a bit faster. Look at that. I need to move my plug so that you can see it a bit better. Morning, Lance.
Morning.
What? I know, we're heat embossing. Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Have you really? Whoops. Have you seen me heat emboss before?
Yeah.
Okay, see ya. All right. Look it. Oh my God, I love it. It is dramatic, Pam. It's a good descriptor. Gosh, I just love the gold on this misty. Okay, all right, get on with it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do one more. My stamp needs to be a little bit further over. Now, this is inked up, so I don't wanna necessarily put it down on here. Just wanna kinda get a guesstimate. Yep, that's good right there. Okay, one more for our Avid card. So let's do that again. We've got Versamark on our stamp. I'm not gonna put the powder on, the anti-stick powder, because I already did it once and that's cool. One is enough, like so. We're gonna close this, move it to the side. And I've got my little catcher, my gold embossing powder. So sometimes the gold embossing kind of like warps the paper a little bit, but you can just kind of work it in your hands to get it back to being straight-ish. And we'll do our little inspecting. So this has gone over the edge a bit. I'm okay with it. It's cool. Let's put this back in. So I don't know that I've ever used more than, oh, I must have used more than one pot of gold. I use this a lot at Christmas time, actually. So Stampin' Up, you get them in, I think they come in packs of 3. And they last for a long time. So here's our heat tool again. I don't know if you can see the embossing. See how it magically turns? This reminds me of Harry Potter scripty font. That's what it reminds me of. Look how cool that is. Love it. So we are building layers. Okay, so here, if you can see this little, I don't know if you can see this, it's like got a tiny little piece of the flecks where I don't want them, but I'm okay with it actually. I think it'll be fine. So let's score this back to where we want it. So see how it's a bit stiff. So I'm just gonna help it back into place. All right, so the other layers for our card are here. So now, this is gonna be our sentiment. These are some embellishments, here's some more. And then we've got our pieces to make layers. Sorry, I've got gold dust everywhere. Do you need to cover the, oh yeah. Sorry, Pam, I missed that. So let's look at, so this is gonna go here. Then I'm gonna stamp here. And then this is gonna go on like so. Look at those layers. Love it. And then we're gonna add pieces and then we're gonna add this on. So let's stamp here. Forced. This stamp is getting a lot of use. Very helpful to have my Stamparatus out today. So there was a little bit of Versamark around. And we're gonna go back with Fresh Freesia. We line up my stamp. So this piece of Fresh Freesia is just a little bit smaller than the last 2 cards. And I did that because we had more layers and I wanted to be able to see the embossing in the back. I mean, we're gonna end up covering most of it, but the Avid card maker is likely going to add a lot of layers and have a lot of interest to the card. Not always. So there's only so much room on the card, right? So now I'm gonna mount another stamp from this set. I don't know where my other door is for the Stamparatus, so we're just gonna flip it like so. So now this stamp is on the back and I want to have this big long, maybe ivy, is it? And these are cling stamps, so they've got the cushion built in. There is a mat that comes with the Stamparatus, like a foamy mat, if you want to add, you know, if you're using cling stamps. I think I'm gonna go like so. So I put this tape around because it helps me pick up, it's just washi tape, and it helps me pick up the magnets. So I'm gonna pick up my stamp. Now, I'm gonna use green, I think. Sorry, I didn't grab the garden green. So the garden green in this project is in the designer series paper here, this green. So I don't know how this is gonna look. Ooh, I don't know if my ink pad needs to be re-inked. I might do second generation on here. We'll see, we'll see. It's just paper, we can flip it over. I don't hate that actually. So here, perfect opportunity. See how I missed this little piece right here and it's not actually as dark as I would like it here. So I'm inking again. I'm just closing the door. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be exactly the same. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus. I could probably get a better impression if I took off this other stamp actually. Yeah, I need to. I'm not getting a good, I want the edge of my shirt. There we go. Geez, it's not stamping again. Do you see that little piece right there? What's happening? There it is. Okay, so that's this piece. So we've embossed. We're adding this piece. We're gonna do this one, and then this one. I don't love this. Ooh, maybe that way. Let me rearrange this because I want this green piece coming out. There, that's better. Yeah. I just don't like this edge piece and I don't want to stamp it again. Do I? Well, just because we have it set up and it's ready to go. Good morning, Zachary. What time is it? Oh my goodness, 9:45. Let's flip this over. And I just want to stamp in, I'm gonna do gray actually. Not totally convinced that I love the green. Whoops, this isn't right. Oh, so you know what else I have to tell you about is, I think I like this better. The other thing I have to tell you about is the next stamp camp. So the stamp camp is almost like an all-day event, 10 to 3-ish, and it's myself and 2 other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, the Victoria Paper Shaper and from Media Paper Crafts, and we do a whole stamp camp. So there's prizes, there is projects. We each do 3 projects, and the fun part about stamp camp, beside the fact that it's like a full day of crafting, is that you get to see the 3 different styles. Are 3 different styles, and there's typically like a regular card, a fun fold, and then a 3D project. All right, back to this card. I don't know that, I think I do actually like the green better. What do you guys think? Green or gray? Green or gray? Let's try gray. Oh, I was doing this way with gray. I think I like the green actually. Sticking with the OG. I agree, Marie. I feel like I agree. All right, so let's do some die cutting. And then we're almost done. I'm hoping to be done by 10. I don't want to keep you longer than an hour. I want to inject you with some fun, positivity, and some inspiration, and then set you on your way for an amazing Saturday. So here I have the mini Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. So I've just opened up, that's how you store it. These little things flop up, and then these are your plates. So they're numbered. This is the number 1 plate, and then these are the number 2 plates. So you're gonna make a sandwich. So you're gonna put number 2 here, and then what you wanna do is put your paper, I'm just gonna turn it a bit so I can see. Paper here and here, and then these are the dies that I want to use. This is the, sorry, I don't know what this is. This is like a dandelion set. This is called Dandy Wishes dies. So I take a photocopy of the dies when I first get them, especially this one. There's so many little pieces because it did not look like this morning when I started it. It was a hot mess. Because then I know if I've lost dies. Okay, so I'm just setting up my dies like so. So on the die, if you're new to this, there's like a flat side, and then there's one with kind of like some bumps, and you want to put the bumpy side down because that's what's going to cut your paper. And then, where's my top? The other number 2, be careful that you're not sort of moving things about because you don't want your dies to move on your paper. You can put a little bit of washi tape down. Do you remember when I did that and I ripped my paper? So, what you want to do if you're doing washi tape or Post-it note tape is just stick it on your hand and get the stickiness off. I think, Nancy, that might have been one of your tips, actually. So that's helpful. So then here's our die cut piece. Beautiful. And then our green pieces. So if they're in here like this is the Stampin' Up! Multi-tool. So this one will flip around and it becomes a little pokey tool to pop it out of there. There's also this attachment that'll go on, and you can use this and just like run it over, not on this one because it's really little, but some of the bigger dies to pop them out. And this one too. So that's how you use an embossing machine. I'm working on a YouTube tutorial to go over how to use an embossing machine. So that'll come out. I'll post on Facebook when that comes out. So you can have a looky-loo if you need to. All right, we're getting there. We're almost done. So these dies will go back in, and these can go in the garbage. These are all my pieces that I'm gonna layer on top. All right. Geez, ladies, I'm getting both green and gray options. I feel like I kind of like the green. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go this way with it. So now thinking about what I'm putting on dimensionals and what I'm not putting on dimensionals as I'm building my layers. Really, maybe that's sort of the major difference between the different levels of crafters is the layers and then the techniques that go along with that. Okay, this one, I think I'm gonna lay this one down too, just with glue. So this one's oozing out a bit on the side, but I'm gonna just cover that up and no one will know. That's because I put too much glue, or too much glue and it oozed. Ooh, I might put that on an angle to bring out some of this. Hang on a tick. Just wondering if I cut that down. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go, I do like it a bit on an angle though. And then this is going. So let's deal with this. Okay, so this one I have the Banners Pick a Punch. I could old school tag this, but I'm not gonna. So this is, I think it's 1 inch. What am I doing here? I'm gonna do just a normal flag. Sorry, I don't know if I was in the camera there. So I'm putting this through. Now you could do this all the way to the end and punch. I like to flip it over and just have a little looky-loo there. And I'm making sure, here's my scissors, that it's even on both sides. That's my OCD, guys, it's kicking in, so that it's perfect. So this, like this. So now I might actually do, let's try the reverse punch. So see how this one, it doesn't fit in the tracks. So that's why flipping it over, and then I want to make sure that the point is in the middle as best I can, or else you'll have an uneven flag. This might be a bit long still, actually. Yeah. I think I want it the other way. I think I want this one. 2 flagged pieces. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Okay. So let's go back to our sentiment. I was going to heat emboss the sentiment, but yeah, I think I am actually. Is that okay? You guys take off if you need to. I'm gonna really do this up Avid style. We're going back in for heat embossing. So really, I kind of lied to you because I said in my comment there that it was gonna be 2 styles of embossing, but really we're only doing 1. I was thinking that I might emboss the base, but that did not, it's not what ended up happening. So the dry embossing is using one of these, like an embossing folder, and then you put your piece of paper in there and then run it through that same machine that we used with the die cuts, and then whatever the impression is in the folder is going to be left on your paper. So that's fun. So this piece that I'm stamping on is the designer series paper. So don't be afraid to stamp on your designer series paper, and don't be afraid to cut it up either. Cut it all up, use it, layers. You know, sometimes it's tough to figure out which side of the paper you want to use. So that's why it's fun to put a layer down and then flip it over. Typically they match quite well and they complement one another. So if you wanted to take one of the designs that we're doing today and grab your designer series paper, cut, you know, a couple of layers and then offset them like we've done, add some ribbon and a sentiment, and you're done. And it's a beautiful card. The designer series paper is just amazing. Love it. Okay, so I do have quite a bit of flex here. Where's my paintbrush? So I want to hold it where when I do get rid of my flex, they're gonna fall away. Like it's I'm being a bit fussy here, but the flex kind of bug me. You getting to know me and my OCD? I've given up on perfectionism. I learned that the hard way. So now, all right. So let's heat this up and then we'll just add it to our card. Hopefully my embellishments don't blow away. So it might be good to have tweezers for this one. Oh my God, I just love this scripty. And I really love heat embossing. Oh, that's so pretty. Do you see? I love it, you guys. Love it. Okay. Yeah. So see how that's gonna bring, this gold brings out this gold. Where's my dimensionals? Let's pop this guy up. So what else I was gonna say is, did I put them away? Oh no, here they are. These things, these are templates. This is a free download when you subscribe to my newsletter. There's a couple options actually, depending on which link you connect with. But you can download and then you can make these. I'll send you a little clippy. And then that's how, when I was making this card and these layers, I'm like, what's gonna fit? Maybe like this size? Nope, that's too big. And then I go, maybe this size. And then you get 2 of those on there. And then that's how I'm able to kind of figure out what size is what. So those are 1/4 of an inch, and then this other one are 1/8 of an inch, which is what this base layer is. So let me know if you need that. I'm happy to send it to you. I use it all the time. I'm not sure where I got that from, as far as maybe Kylie Bertucci. She's a demonstrator, whoops, out of Australia. I feel like maybe she has something similar. Okay, now we do need some ribbon. And I feel like, ooh, look at that. It almost doesn't, it's a bit long actually. I'm not gonna mess with it because I'll mess up the edges. This time I'm not gonna forget my ribbon. And so this one might be a bit, and then I'm gonna add these pieces to layer. I think this might actually make it a bit more rustic than I want the card to be. Okay, Nancy, enjoy your team meeting. I don't hate that. I feel like we're gonna put some ribbon around here. I feel like I'm gonna use a couple. So that's there. I'll do my twisties. Stick that there. So let's put this piece on, and I'm gonna glue it down as well, just because I might stand up some of the embellishment pieces. So this one right there. Now this piece will go along here. Just want to bring this up a bit. See, that's the beauty of Tombow, because you got some time to move stuff around. Okay, we're so close. What do you think of the Avid so far? Love it. So this is from the same Dandelion die set. And I want to layer this on here. So garden green, pale papaya, and it matches in the center as well. So I'm just gonna layer these quickly. Careful not to put too much glue, and I'm gonna offset the little pieces so that this is gonna be too much glue. It's gonna ooze, I know it. Oh, I should have put a dimensional under this. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. Okay, so let's do the final touches. So this one, hi Zachary. I think I might slide this. Oh yeah, I'm sliding. Okay, and then this guy. So this is vellum. I think I might slide this one too. I'm gonna go behind. And this is gonna go on. So let's get this down. I think I have the most fun with this one, but it's also the most like kind of pressure with all the different elements and whatever. I like all the levels, but okay, so I'm gonna put just a touch of glue under here. These little embellishments are easy to bend. And you know what? I don't even think I'm gonna do anything with that vellum. Might pull this down a bit actually. So vellum is tricky to work with sometimes because if you put whatever glue you put behind it, it typically, you can see through it. So that's why I'm not putting any glue, because this piece here is gonna anchor that piece. And then I'm just gonna see what's happening here with these little pieces to layer. This way. I think I might go under. Yes. What do you think so far? And then maybe this one. I should probably put some glue on these. Oh, the Tombow stand. That's a great question, Pam. This, there was, geez, let me think for a second. I've had it for a few years. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find where, sorry, I'm thinking about this. There was a demonstrator, somebody is friends with somebody who has a 3D printer and made these, and they made hundreds of them. We did like a group order as demonstrators a couple years ago now, but I'm sure the company probably still exists, and I can find the link for you. I also have a little Tombow glue holder, like a paper one. I should post that YouTube video. I don't know if I've done that. I think that's gonna be it. Geez, I don't know that I even need to really put any glue on these because the sentiment piece is our friend and holding on to our pieces. And I'm afraid that if I put glue in there, it's just gonna become a sticky mess, you know? I'm not doing it. I don't want to get sticky, but I do want to see, yes, look how pretty that is. I feel like I want this to live in here somewhere. Let's try a bow first. So Stampin' Up! For the in colors, we'll have paper, ink, ribbon, and some embellishments. But you got to get them when they come out so they don't go on back order. I don't hate that. Maybe a bit smaller. Yeah. I just love the softness of the pale papaya. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm committing. I feel like I could maybe even add some up here. Well, that's not bad either. It does kind of interfere with the sentiment a bit though. All right, let's just stick to the bottom. Here's my glue dots. Thanks, Kate. Let's add, you know what? If I had to do this over again, I'd move this ribbon up a bit and I want this sentiment to come up a bit. I feel like it's too close to the bottom for next time. So this is gonna be a problem. So I'm just gonna snippy snip. So then I'm gonna add my embellishment, my rhine's faceted something or others. I love this card. Love it. All right, where are our faceted gems? Now I've been seeing demonstrators use this. So there's a putty end to this, and they have been taking this, oh my gosh, and scooping. Comes right up. I love that trick. Let's do a big one. Oh my God, I love that. It's my new favorite. I feel like I want more of these. More. I feel like I want more. One of these. Gosh, look at that trick. I think that's the best trick of the day right there. So this putty, if you want more of this putty, you just twist this and more putty comes out. And then you can buy more putty if you run out. And then, like I say, this piece comes out. This is really good if you make a boo-boo and you need to like bring up a whole layer from a card base. This little paddle, super handy. Okay, let's bring out the different cards and kind of do our wrap up here. So we have been using all sorts of products, but we are doing 3 levels of cards. Try to clean up my mess here. 3 levels of cards. So we have a beginner card, ink stamp paper, but we've added a few little tidbits there. Our next casual crafter. So we've got designer series paper, the same stamp. We've added some layers. We've added dimensionals. I've used glue dots and a couple of different ribbons. We've used a punch. We're matching with our ink colors. Oh, I didn't point out, this is fresh freesia in here. And of course, that's what this is here. And then we have our Avid card where we've done all the things. We've embossed, heat embossed. We have stamped, we've added layers, ribbon. We've done die cuts. And those are our 3 cards. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. I will post the measurements and things. I'll add a link. And I hope you have an awesome Saturday. Happy crafting. I hope that I've given some inspiration. Don't forget about the birthday blitz. Oh, sorry, birthday blitz class. Hang on just a tick. Let me show you the projects. Okay. That's one. That's another. And another. And another. And the last one. So it's $50. You get 10 project kits. Like, that's a lot. 10 project kits is a lot. And then you get this Celebrating You stamp set, which has lots of different sentiments. Really, the card is meant for a birthday blitz, so just sort of build your stash of birthday cards and inspiration. So I could probably take 2 or 3 more, but that'll be it because the class it'll be full. It's on January 29th or 30th. Same class, just 2 options for you. And then Stamp Camp will be at the end of the month, and we're using the Ladybug Stamp Set. Just let me out of the new mini. I could look it up by words, but I'm just gonna flip through. Oh, there it is, shoot. Yes, here's the Ladybug set. So this is what we're using. And fun fact, I've seen this used as a bee as well with different colors. So Stamp Camp is 10 projects. It'll be a fun fold, a 3D, and a regular card. There'll be 3 demonstrators. February 27th is the day for this class. You'll get the bundles, so the punch and the stamp set, and then you get all the kits. Sorry, I don't remember how much we decided it was gonna cost. So there's a couple of class options for you, so that'll be posted on the Facebook page. And I hope to see you there and craft. So to RSVP, just email the Canadian Stamper at Gmail or message me. And here's the back to the projects for today. Hope you have an awesome weekend, guys. Thanks a lot for sticking with me, and we'll talk to you in the week. Bye for now.